That's right, I think it's possible to go fully zero waste in just 1 year, even if you are a beginner. And this is something that I have been working on for a long time, so I'm very excited to finally share it with you. Hello everyone, it's Emma and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all sorts of things zero waste, focusing on free, easy, and fun ways to live low waste. If I talk a little bit too fast for you, you can change the speed of the video with the gear icon right down here. And I probably will be talking fast in this video because I'm very excited to finally launch zero waste in a year. I have had this idea of a zero waste calendar for a long time, but I wasn't really sure how to properly execute it, how to make it the most eco-friendly, how to make it the most accessible. I'm not saying that every single person needs to go out and buy this, but if this is a valuable resource for you, I think it would be worth your money. Now, let's dive into it. There are 3 parts to zero waste in a year. We're going to start with the biggest and I think the best part of it, which is the ebook portion. It is 180 pages full of daily resources, daily tips for living a zero waste life. This is a resource that I wish I had when I first started living zero waste. When I first started zero waste, I had no idea where to start. I had to start from the ground up, do my own research, think about my own products that I need to buy, all these recommendations, etc., etc. This guide, yes, it is mainly for beginners, but I think if you're intermediate, you would still find some value in it. But truly, this goal is to take you from knowing nothing about zero waste to being pretty well set on your zero waste journey at the end of 1 year. The best part about this is that each chapter is only 30 days, meaning that you can start this any day of the year. You do not have to start January 1st. You don't have to start the 1st of a month. You can literally start right now today, and it will still make sense because each chapter has 30 separate days. And this was mostly to reduce waste because I don't know about you, but I have in the past bought a calendar and say I use it for the first month, say I use it in January, come February, maybe I forget about it, maybe I go on vacation, I ignore it for a week or so, and then I fall out of the habit, and then I don't use it, and then maybe May rolls around, and I'm like, oh yeah, that calendar, that planner. But now 4 months of it are wasted. I didn't want that. I didn't want any of this to go to waste for your own benefit of the resource and also like materials, energy, etc. I wanted you to be able to take that vacation, maybe fall out of your habit for a bit and be like, oh yeah, I have that guide. Let me pick up exactly where I left off. Nothing is going to waste and you'll still get the value of every single tip. So each chapter, I said, is divided into 30 days, tips, swaps, habits that you can try, just 1 per day. I wanted to make it digestible because I think a lot of people too think, I need to buy an EV, I need to buy solar panels, I need to buy a reusable water bottle, I need to buy, metal lunch boxes and throw away my plastic ones, I need to reduce my water, I need to reduce my energy, all today. And that can be very overwhelming and also difficult and hard to achieve that zero waste lifestyle if you think that you have to dive all in immediately. No, you can take baby steps. You can just do 1 small step per day, and eventually those habits will build on each other. You will learn, you will develop new habits. I really think it is important to take it 1 day at a time, 1 small step at a time. Not only that, but each month is also divided into its own topic, and the topics are as follows. 1, reduce, reuse, recycle. 2, zero waste out and about. 3, food, groceries, and a zero waste kitchen. 4, energy conservation. 5, water conservation. 6, laundry and cleaning. 7, zero waste bathroom. 8, eco lawn, garden, and miscellaneous home. 9, low waste school and office. 10, ditching big oil. 11, zero waste with kids and pets. And 12, zero waste holidays. And it doesn't stop there either. Not only does each day have embedded resources, videos, books, other influencers to follow, but at the end of each month also has additional resources that you can take to keep learning on that topic and keep furthering your zero waste journey in maybe a more advanced way. This truly is the guide for zero waste beginners. You're not starting zero waste today, but maybe you've tried zero waste in the past and maybe you still just don't know where to start. You wouldn't necessarily call yourself a beginner, but you feel a little bit lost in your direction. This is still a good place for you. So hopefully by the end of the year, you will be confident in going from knowing nothing about zero waste to being quite confident in your zero waste journey and able to continue on your own from there. But the ebook portion only came to fruition because my first idea was a zero waste calendar. And as I was typing out the calendar, I'm just like, oh wait, this topic actually needs a little bit of an explainer, or this topic could use an additional resource such as a video or a book to read. I wanted to provide you with bite-sized daily tips, just 1 small action that you can implement each day. And again, start your zero waste life small with baby steps and build it up over the course of a whole year, taking the time to build those habits, taking the time to learn about these topics. But the calendar also is just dates 1 through 30 for 12 months. You can start any day of the year, simply just cross it off when you have achieved it and you can move on to the next one. I like this idea also because maybe, for example, you can't go car-free today, but maybe you have a plan to go car-free in a day or 2. You can kind of swap them around to whatever suits you best. Now, the main difference here between the guide and the calendar is the in-depthness. The calendar truly is just bite-sized, 1 sentence or less on a daily swap, habit, or tip that you can implement. While the guide has an in-depth explainer, has additional resources, more videos, books, people to follow. You get the idea. I think the calendar is more for busy folk who might already have a little bit of a leg up in the zero waste space. Perhaps you already know what greenwashing is. Perhaps you already know what wish cycling is, and you don't necessarily need someone to really guide you through your zero waste journey. This is definitely a spot for you. Now, if you truly know nothing about zero waste, I highly recommend the guide. You can get both, of course. You might run into things in the calendar that are like, what do you mean avoid greenwashing? What is greenwashing? But the guide truly explains all of these definitions, provides resources for further education on these topics. Once I have completed those, I got feedback from several of my editors that, hey, I think it would be a really cool idea for people to have a place to reflect on these tips and go through their thought process on if this tip works for them, how they'll implement it in their lives. So I created the Zero Waste in a Year journal, designed to accompany either the journal or the calendar or both, not necessarily a standalone product. Because the goal of zero waste is not about 100% waste reduction. It is not about just using a reusable water bottle, making your own coffee at home. This actually has no coffee in it. This is hot chocolate. I should put some caffeine in here though. But rather, the goal of the zero waste movement, at least in my opinion, my interpretation, is to turn us into conscious consumers. Because we have to change the way that we think about everything, the way that we think about our waste, about composting, about driving, about having the lights on. And I think this journal really provides that opportunity for you to reflect on broadly what is zero waste and how all of these things are interconnected, and not just avoid plastic. Of course, that's important, but I want you to be able to have this reflection throughout this year of your zero waste journey to build you into somebody that can brainstorm these zero waste actions yourselves, that can think of these small little ways that reduce even the most minuscule amount of waste. My Zero Waste on a Budget series, you can check it out up here. The most random zero waste tips that I can think of. Use that little last bit of oil from your sun-dried tomatoes to saute some vegetables to reduce waste. That's the goal with this journal, as well as all of these resources paired together, is for you to think about these really tiny, weird, small but free ways that reduce waste that add up over the long run. Me today, swapping out my reusable water bottle for a disposable, just today, really doesn't matter. But the fact that I have used a reusable water bottle for the last 8 years, that matters. Turning off the lights every single day, reducing how much toothpaste you use every single day. One last note here for the journal is to limit the file size, because I originally had made it close to 400 pages, and that was so hard to export. My computer was crashing. The journal is 30 journal pages and then one last journal page for a monthly reflection. So 30 daily reflections, one monthly reflection. You simply would buy the file, download it, and then copy and paste it 12 times. So that way you have one for each month. Or alternatively, you can use that digital file as inspiration to keep a physical journal at home that you already have. You could also print out this journal and then copy the pages every single time that you need that. There are many different ways that you can implement this journal in an eco-friendly way that suits you. So which one should you get if you're interested in this resource? It really depends on what your goals or needs are and how far you are into the zero waste journey. I think of the guide as a guide, not necessarily just a book, but also kind of like a mini course, truly build you up on your zero waste life over the course of 1 year. It contains embedded resources, people to follow, books to read, other resources, swaps to try, and so much information. It is very, very information heavy. Now, don't let that scare you either, because you're only reading one paragraph per day. Just because it's information heavy does not mean that it's too much. So keep that in mind too. You're not just spending $30, it's on sale right now for $20, for an ebook. This truly is $30 for a mini course. I have seen some other zero waste courses in my time that have less information and are charging 10 times the price. That I really wanted to make this valuable for you to get your money's worth, but also to really guide you on your zero waste journey. But the calendar, on the other hand, is short and sweet, very bite-sized information. This will truly take you a minute or less per day, unless you want to do your own digging on the topics. It's quite hands-off. If you don't need that guidance, this is a great resource for you, but if you do need that guidance, I probably wouldn't recommend the calendar on its own, because it does not have these explanations. It does not have much of a walkthrough as the guide does, but it is very quick and easy to read and very easy to implement in your everyday life. So it really comes down to how much time you have. What is your need when it comes to zero waste? Do you need that explanation? Do you need that hands-on sort of guide? Or do you need something a bit more hands-off and you just need some tips to guide you and form those habits? But if you still can't decide, you can bundle them. They all include a discount. So for example, if you were to buy at the full price, the guide for $30 and the calendar for $13 for a total of $43, but the bundle is $38. So you will save $5 on your bundle. Some other things you should know before heading into this resource is no, you do not need this to be zero waste. I went zero waste all on my own without paying for any sort of product or course. Do I wish that I had something like this? of course, but this is not necessary. All of the research that I have done for myself over the last 6 years is in this guide. This is simply just your one-stop shop if you do not have time to do the research, if you do not want to do the research, if you don't know where to begin with the research. This is probably for you. And no, I do not recommend this if you have been living zero waste for several years. If you feel pretty confident about making decisions in your life, this probably is not for you. If you would consider yourself on the high end of intermediate or even into advanced territory, this is not for you. Yes, I still think that you would find some value in this as an advanced zero waster because there are, 30 tips for water conservation alone in the 4th month, and maybe you have never heard of all 30 of those, but I don't think you would get all 360 days worth. Take that as you will. If you are still curious about it, who am I to stop you? But I just kind of want to give you that warning, hopefully so that I don't get bad reviews. Not only for my own sake, but I don't want you to feel like you've wasted your money. I'm doing this for both of us. Some of the links in the ebook are affiliate links, which simply just means that the company is paying me to refer you to their business. Helicase, for example, I'm sure I mentioned them in there. It costs you no extra to use these links. If you want to gift this to somebody, but you're not really sure which one that they would want, you really can't go wrong with the all 3 bundle. You do get all 3 products at a discount, or you can get them a gift card. There is a gift card available on my website as well. And as I already hinted at, you can, and I highly recommend that you do review these products for other people to kind of gauge public interest in them. Now, if I get enough reviews that say this product sucks, take it down, I will. But the goal is also to have your experience using them for other people who want to buy them. Like, would I find value in this? Is this for me? Etc, etc. That's also the point of me making this video. But of course, I'm a little bit biased. I wrote it. I would love to get some unbiased reviews of the products as well. So please, if you buy this product, please leave a review on the website. You should get an email about a week after purchase saying, hey, don't forget to review this product, pretty please. Now, if you do have a major issue with them, I did create a feedback form that you can access on my website. Of course, you can leave negative reviews if you truly think that the product sucks, but I would highly encourage you reach out to me first individually, especially if it's something like, I couldn't figure out how to download it. I don't want to get a 1-star review because there was a technical error. I am happy to help you find out how to download it. Maybe it just went to your spam folder. Maybe it didn't send at all and I can send it to you directly myself. Maybe there was a formatting error and one of the pages looked really, really wonky in the PDF. Please let me know of this stuff in an email where I can fix it for the general public instead of leaving a scathing review because of something that was very easy to fix. Now, how do I even download this? Upon purchase, you should get a screen that looks something like this, where you should be able to download right from my website to your computer. Alternatively, you also get an email. So there are 2 chances for you to download this. And then your email will look something like this, giving you the chance to download once again. Now the link does expire. I believe it lasts a week. So please download it promptly. If it does happen to expire, maybe you bought it for somebody else and you bought it too far in advance and the link expired before they were able to download it. What you can do is email me, go to that feedback form and email me a copy of your receipt, your proof of purchase, and I will happily send you another one. That way you don't have to buy 2 of them. Perhaps you're looking for another way to support me, but you don't want to buy this product. Maybe you're advanced and this just does not work for you. There are other ways that you can support me monetarily and for free. Let's dive into some more ways that you can support me monetarily if you want. Please do not feel obligated to give me your money. This is just extra opportunity for you to maybe get some more content from me, get something else, or maybe you just want to give me a generous tip. Anyway, the first one is Patreon and YouTube memberships. They both are the same exact benefits when it comes to joining the Eco Book Club, getting shout outs, Q&As, behind the scenes videos, etc, etc. I do highly recommend you join the Eco Book Club though. It is just $1 a month to join and we do 1 new eco book per month. So join us over there. One way that I already hinted at is affiliate links. I post them frequently in the description of my videos, on my website, on Instagram and TikTok. Should you need something, right? Like the next time you run out of who gives a crap toilet paper, if you could use my link, that would be amazing. You're going to buy that toilet paper anyway, and I will get a small commission from the brand at no extra cost to you. But again, please don't just go buy everything from my affiliate link, especially for stuff that you're not going to use and that you don't need in that moment. Also in my shop is now a little like tip option. It is a buy me a coffee, a little $5 donation. Just to say thanks. Maybe I use it to buy coffee. Maybe I use it to buy my website domain. Maybe I use it to buy my Canva subscription. Maybe I use it to buy a product to review. But it does support me, especially because all of the content that I'm making is free. All of the hours that I spend making content is free. So just think of it as a little tip. But please note, you do not have to give me money to support me. There are plenty of creators that I follow that I have never given money to, and that is totally fine. There are so many ways to support your favorite creators for free. Some of those free ways to support me are follow me on all of my platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. You could subscribe to my newsletter. You could read my blog posts. Be sure to engage in the posts that you see from creators that you like them, comment on them, save them, share them with others, especially if you share them outside of the platform. For example, if you're part of a zero waste Reddit group or a Facebook group, share my content there or other content from creators that you like. And honestly, one of the biggest ways that you can engage with your favorite creators for free is especially engaging on their sponsored posts. Because a sponsored post, I'm just going to keep using Pilo for example. Say Pilo was paying me to make a video. Pila's paying me. You are consuming that content for free, and basically in a way that I can ensure that Pila wants to work with me again is ensuring that that video gets good engagement. Yes, it would be great if people also were to buy product from that video that I created, but honestly, these brands look at the metrics such as how many likes that video has, how many comments it has, how many shares it has, and it's totally free to engage in these ads without buying that product. And now that I do have paid products, leave reviews of those products, also just testimonials. Something as simple as commenting on a video like, hey, this was really helpful. Thank you for sharing this great resource, etc., etc. All of these are really great things that you can do to support me for free and other content creators for free. Lastly is just a big thank you to so many different people, but in general, to everyone who supports me for free. I would not have gotten here if it were not for free support. Free support really matters. I see all of your comments, I see all of your likes, I see all of your shares. Thank you so much for supporting my content and allowing me to make this my full-time job. Especially as I do move into the new year, I'm starting school in January, so my posting will be a little more infrequent, so any further engagement that I get, especially as I have to pull back a little bit to focus on school, means so much to me. For those of you who do support these guides and my other paid products, thank you a little bit extra. I hope that they provide you with some value and that you enjoy them as much as I do. And lastly, a huge, gigantic shout out to my editors. We've got Adelheid, Beans, Dan, Jade, Jess, Joe, Kai, Catherine, and Taylor. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your days to help me edit my guide. If you think the guide looks fantastic, thank my editors. And I really appreciate your patience, your timeliness, your thoroughness, your attention to detail. Truly did make the guide what it is today, live on my website. I cannot believe it's live. I'm so excited to continue making content for all. Writing this guide has really left me inspired. Making this video has left me inspired, especially as we move into a new presidential administration. I guess maybe this is a little bit too late at the end of the video to say this, but do our small actions matter? Should I buy this guide and try to live zero waste under this administration that is full of climate deniers? I outline fully in this video what I think the future of the environmental movement looks like. And while I do predict that there will be a little bit of a pullback from individual action in the coming years, it's not going anywhere. Individual actions are only meaningless if one person is doing them. And even then, that's still discounting the large effect that small actions can have. Yeah, one person reducing, we'll just say 1,000 plastic water bottles every single year, sounds meaningless when there are billions being created. What if I inspire 10 more people to reduce their plastic water bottle usage? What if those 10 people inspire 10 more people? Now that's 100 people reducing 1,000 water bottles per year. Our small actions still matter. And say you buy this guide, I really encourage you to share your zero waste experience, your zero waste life with others, with your family members, with your friends, with your colleagues, with your coworkers. You don't have to convince everybody to do all 360 tips. If you convince all of your coworkers to recycle properly, if you convince all of your coworkers to try a reusable water bottle and a reusable coffee cup on their way to work, that stuff matters. So I do see more of a shift towards corporate government action in the future administration. Small individual actions are going nowhere. I'm still going to be talking about them for free on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, and I'm still going to be promoting the guide, and I'm still going to be promoting ways that you can live zero waste individually into the new year, into this new administration. And hopefully this guide also leaves you feeling inspired, and hopefully there's some inspiring messaging in there. I did write it before the election, which is probably a good thing. I don't think I would have been nearly as hopeful had I written it afterward. Your small actions matter, especially when we all multiply them together. There's still hope to be had in this administration. Thank you for allowing this to become possible. Thank you for supporting me in any aspect that you support me. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. As always, remember that your small actions make a big difference in the long run. Bye, guys. Oh, it got really dark. That's slightly better. I don't love my hair today. Again, whatever.